Max Payne 4. When can we expect it? Before we tackle when we could see Max Payne 4, first we have to understand the situation. With the upcoming launch of Red Dead Redemption, that leaves several questions for fans to ask Rockstar Games. The question I would ask is, what's next? We know that at any given time, Rockstar is working on 2 games, and earlier in the year it was suggested via a leak that Grand Theft Auto 6 has entered pre-production and is currently being storyboarded. So let's pretend that was true, because there's no way to tell if it's real or if it's fake. So if that's the case, then what game are they moving to after Red Dead Redemption 2 launches? It can be assumed already that the online team will split, and one half will work on GTA Online and the other in Red Dead Online. So the main second team will likely pick up a new project. So if the Grand Theft Auto leak is true, then we can count Grand Theft Auto 6 out of the picture. This would only leave Max Payne, LA Noire, Bully, and the Midnight Club series to be given a chance at a new life. Max Payne would be the most likely candidate, but we could still be surprised with a sequel to LA Noire since they just remastered it and released the VR game. And Bully 2 is being thrown around a lot lately, so don't get your hopes up too high, but based off everything we know, Max Payne 4 is likely to be the new product. Max Payne 4 makes the most sense because Rockstar is heavily in online, and neither Bully or LA Noire would offer good opportunities for an online concept. When Max Payne 3 released in 2012, it was the number 19 best-selling game that year, beating out Resident Evil 6, Mario Kart 7, Uncharted 3, Super Mario, and Final Fantasy. But a large selling point for Max Payne 3 was the incredible online multiplayer aspect of the game. I remember I was in my sophomore year of high school, which was the same year Grand Theft Auto 5 released, and that year for Christmas I got Grand Theft Auto 5, Dead Island, and Max Payne 3. That year everyone was Grand Theft Auto obsessed, but I found myself playing Max Payne 3 a lot more often than Grand Theft Auto 5, and one of the big reasons for that was the online play being much more realistic and much more warlike instead of arcade like Grand Theft Auto. The online wasn't the only selling factor of Max Payne 3 though.
What happened, Max?
I don't know.
I was tricked. Just another day at the office, huh?
The game also benefited from a superb story that was extremely similar to a movie. I mean, all the set pieces, voice acting, animation, and how the music would play randomly to show emotion, and just see the life of Max Payne spiral out of control worse than we ever saw it before. It was just so good, and I'd even wager that it was better than the story of Grand Theft Auto 5. The story took us from Max's sad and depressed life in New York to the underworld of South America, where everything would go downhill quick. This game saw a different and more ruthless Max Payne than we've ever seen before, so different that the timeline opens up with Max murdering someone else's child, which I don't believe anyone saw coming, since the murder of his own family is why Max's life fell out of control and into a never-ending act of revenge. The story ultimately ends with Max walking out into the sunset, finally finding peace. So where could the game go from there for a 4th entry? It wouldn't be out of the question to see a prequel. Rockstar is currently doing it for Red Dead Redemption, so maybe Max Payne 4 could be the story of Max's life before it went downhill. Maybe it could be like a more modern LA Noire. I know a prequel isn't exactly what we'd want, but we can't remove it from the realms of possibilities. Another way the game could play out is that Max's best friend and the person who means the most to him, Raul Pasos, could have his wife or child kidnapped, and then seeks out Max Payne to help rescue one or both of them, which could maybe lead Max across the Americas in a hunt for the people responsible for kidnapping so he can save them. I feel like that would be the most likely way Rockstar could bring back Max without a prequel or a reboot. But now let's talk about when we can realistically expect this game to release. I don't think it's realistic to expect another Rockstar game on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, but we could be surprised and they could squeeze one more release into this generation. It's more likely that we will see Max Payne 4 on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlet, and maybe even the Nintendo Switch sequel or whatever they decide to name it. If these new systems launch in 2021, I think we could see it as a year one title, because Rockstar would probably want to start off the new generation with a bang, being Max Payne 4, then a nuclear explosion being Grand Theft Auto 6. Since Rockstar used Max Payne 3 to test out a lot of stuff for GTA 5, only time will tell if and when Max Payne 4 will come to life, but I believe it will become real in the near future. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you've had a nice day up to this point. If you want to see more of this style stuff, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and maybe even, share, because that does help the channel out a lot, and it helps me know that you are enjoying these kind of content. So with that being said, I hope you have a good rest of your evening if you're watching this as soon as it got posted, and I will see you in the next video.